Good morning, guys. We are coming at you live from Maine. This is our campsite. Eli's inside taking a nap. He finally has a day off. I'm out here talking to you guys. There you go, honey. We are at one of the top-rated family-owned campgrounds in the Lakes region of Maine. I can't tell you exactly where we are for safety reasons, but kind of gives you an idea. There's a bunch of lakes scattered around Maine, and we are somewhere in there, surrounded by water, beautiful forests. So we're gonna get right into it. We are doing this thing called work camping. So you have like camp hosting, and then you have work camping. This is something that I had never heard of before. I'm sure it's been around for a while, but I accidentally discovered a page on Facebook during our travels earlier this year. If you missed that cross-country 2.5, 3-month long trip, it was amazing. Go back and watch the videos. They are so much fun. I accidentally discovered a Facebook page called Work Camping, and Eli and I were driving back from Arizona, and we were just kind of talking about, like, hey, what are we gonna do for winter? You know, do we go back home and go back to our careers? Do we have a little adventure and be a little responsibly? Somehow Maine just popped into both of our heads. We had never been here before. Eli is very well traveled. I had barely been out of Tennessee before our road trip, but neither one of us had been to Maine. And as a Tennessean, like, when you say Maine, to me it sounds like in Maine, I think of like wilderness and mooses and seaplanes and bears and just like the great outdoors. You know, you've got like the call of the wild, the loon, and it just seemed like a big adventure. So started looking around at campsites and different things, trying to figure out like how we would pay for our travels. Would we get jobs there? What would we do? Say, this girl here. I think we were parked at a Love's travel stop, which happened to be kind of our safe zone when we were traveling. It was a safe place to park and sleep. Anyways, I opened Facebook and typed up like this paragraph, kind of like our resume of what skills we offered pertaining to camp hosting and campgrounds and what we were good at, and just a little bit about us. Posted that paragraph along with some pictures and videos from our YouTube channel on the work camping page, and I got a lot of hits. My inbox was full of campgrounds just saying like, hey, you guys are perfect for what we're looking for, like all these different things. I was a little bit overwhelmed, but this one campground in particular, I think Dan and Becky, shout out to Dan and Becky, okay? They found us and tagged the owner of the campground that we are currently at now. And through Facebook Messenger, we communicated, we became friends. I did a lot of research on all these campgrounds, like which ones were top rated, the rules, the regulations, and all this and that. But we were so fortunate that the top rated campground, family friendly, family owned, lakefront views, wooded, like, they reached out to us, and here we are. Everything just worked out the way it was supposed to. It was much more than we ever expected. We were expecting to live kind of like on a site out of our car. We were going to put up a tent, and thanks to Dana and Becky, they donated this camper that we're staying in to the campground for work campers, which is what we're doing. So we have a beautiful camper to live in, and life's just been really good. We've built up our site here. When we first moved in here, it was just like bare ground. It was not a campsite. So over our first few days, Eli did so much work. He raked all the weeds away, and lo and behold, there was a sand pit underneath here. And we brought in these decks they had in storage, and we found rugs in the garbage can. Campers throw away everything when they leave. It's insane. We got a grill from the scrap pile. Like, the chairs we have came from the scrap pile. Everything we have here just kind of came together, and we're just super thankful to everybody for allowing us to be here and everybody working together. But there's a frog. That has to be a frog, right? One of the questions that I got from a friend on Instagram is, what are our duties while we're work camping? Okay, what are our duties while we're here work camping? So Eli is grounds, and I have mostly been running the store and working the pool. Our campground here is over 100 sites, but 80% of those sites are seasonals, which again is something new to me. I'd never heard of that before, but seasonals are where people pay a certain amount and they have their campsite all summer long. So while the season is open, so they can come and go as they please. It's almost like they live here, but legally they don't, or something like that. So when Eli's doing his morning routine, which right now he's working several days a week, so he's kind of one of the main people on grounds, and he does work with a few other people that are amazing. But he has a routine that he has gotten down to, and he is so meticulous, and he does such a good job. He'll hop in the gator and go around and do all his duties, like taking the trash, working the beach, cleaning up campsites. It really just depends on the day and how many people we have. So normally our checkout is Saturday. So on Saturdays, we kind of are all hands on deck, and there's a lot more cleaning of campsites to do. But through the week, it's a little more chill. But there's always side projects to do and things that need to be done. I'm just moving around here. Okay, so I posted something on social media. If you don't follow us, follow us. The links are below in the description. But I got some questions from people. Different questions, but I'm going to answer the ones kind of pertaining to work camping and what we're doing. Do we get paid? That was like the top question. Do you get paid? So every camp is different. Every place you go to across the country is going to have different rules. So we are fortunate we do get paid hourly, and we have a site to stay at. So work camping is essentially when you have a site, but you work so many hours a week to pay for your site. Some campsites, it's like, hey, you work 10 hours a week, you get a free site. Others, it's 20. For couples who camp, it's kind of split. There's so many different options. It just depends on where you are. I'm just going to say we have a really good thing going here. We did our research, and we are very fortunate, and we work with amazing people. We do pay electricity, and we do get paid hourly. I'm not going to get into the details about our particular site, but very thankful for everything we have, and we're thankful to be here. I've seen posts on the Work Campers page where you work for campsites and they don't want to pay you at all, which is fine. Maybe for some people who are retired couples, you're getting that retirement income, and hey, you just want to go, stay busy and have a free campsite. That's fine. But for people that need to make money, there are other options out there for you. Just don't settle. You will find campsites that appreciate having good workers on property, and they are willing to pay you, even if it's minimum wage, whatever. Don't settle. So that was a long-winded answer. Yes, we get paid. Very thankful for that. So next question is, so how did we get started? I think I kind of already answered that. Work Campers Facebook page. That's all. I'll link it in the description below, but it's a private group called Work Campers, and yes, I'm moving the camera around to keep you guys entertained. Is it worth it? Everything we've done, has it been worth it? Yes. Yes. It's been worth it. Even if for some reason we went back to our careers it would all still be worth it. It's scary because Eli and I both quit our careers where we were making very good money. We had full benefits, great insurance, we had everything that you're supposed to have, right? We quit. So March 5th, we left and traveled the country on savings, and now we're in Maine working at a campground and living in this camper. Another question I got is, what are the like startup costs for doing work camping or camp hosting? Honestly, there's not really any startup cost. I guess it's just depending on what campsite you get and where you're going. If they want you to pay anything down for your site or put a deposit down. For us, we didn't have a startup cost. We pretty much just showed up here and we met with the owners of the campground and kind of went over everything. And they are so wonderful that it wasn't no crazy red tape to go through. It was literally like, here's your site. You guys work this many hours for us and we'll pay you and you get to live here. And as long as you just do your part and pay your part, everything works out. I'm interested to hear other work camper stories if any of you have experience with that, to put it in the comments below. So one person asked what the difference is between camp hosting and work camping, and we are completely new to this. From what I gather, camp hosting is more where you're the host of a campsite, so if anybody has any issues or anything, they go to you or to check in. I really should have looked that up because I'm not let me look it up real quick. Okay, per Google, new AI feature, which is freaking everywhere. Work camping is a lifestyle that combines part-time or full-time work with RV or tent camping, while camp hosting is a type of work camping that involves working at a campground or park. Okay, so it's saying hosting is a type of work camping. Work campers can receive compensation in the form of a free campsite, utilities, and wages. Camp hosts are typically located in the campgrounds on site or historic parks as kind of like a first point of contact for campers. Okay, so that makes sense. So work campers more actively work in the campsite like we're doing, and then hosts are kind of the first point of contact. It says host duties can include providing information, staffing, visitor centers, maintenance, and housekeeping. Camp hosts are also responsible for customer service, like greeting guests and collecting payments. Work camping is more of a lifestyle that combines work with camping. Okay. Okay, Pam asked on Instagram, can anybody do work camping? Like, what are their requirements? I think it depends on where you go. So the work camper page that I follow on Facebook, kind of looks like a mix of all kinds of people. And you've got older retired couples, you have singles, you have younger couples, younger singles, you have people with pets, you have people with kids. I see all kinds of qualifications on there and skill sets too from people. Like, I see a lot of people post all their maintenance skills, their handyman, or they have medical skills or customer service, so many different things. As far as I can tell, for most places, they don't really have like any requirements. They just want people to come here, be good people, and work your hours and do a good job. But like I said, it depends on what campsite you pick, because I'm sure some of them probably do like full employee checks, like maybe background or drug screen and all that. We didn't have to go through all that, thankfully. Our process was pretty smooth, and we're very grateful for that. Don't worry, you guys, we just let that little froggy go. Saya had no idea what it was. She was just sniffing away.